I'm Chef Boria, and it is time to cook. I'm Chef Boria, and it's time to cook. Today, we are going to make seafood gumbo. It is going to blow your mind. This is a recipe straight out of Commander's Palace. It is going to be pretty damn good. Now get ready. To make seafood gumbo, you're going to need some andouille sausage, supporting the locals. Got a Dearborn brand here. You're going to need some garlic. You're going to need a 1/4 pound of okra. I don't know what the hell this stuff is. I've never used it before. It's sticky. I don't like touching it, but I don't know. It's supposed to be in this Cajun food. Get some green onions, some celery, some onions. I've got 2 large onions here. Got a little bit of flour, a little bit of oil. Finally, get some bell peppers. I've got 3 reds and a green, whatever you like. For spices, I've got some dried oregano, cayenne, thyme, basil. I also have some fresh bay leaves. And then for our seafood, I've got crab meat. I've got 1 pound of this. Yes, I realize it came in this container. I don't feel good about it either, but I could not find blue crabs right now, and I'm not going to pay money to put Alaskan king crab legs into a gumbo. Got some oysters. Same thing. Came in this, look weird as hell. Whatever, it'll be good. Finally, some shrimp. I'm gonna peel and devein these. The recipe says to leave the tails on. I don't know that I'm doing that. We need our drink today from New Belgium Beer Company. I've got a triple. Happen to love triples. I think they're real summery. Let's crack this bad boy open and give it a shot. Make sure to give all your vegetables a wash before you cut them up and put them in there. My mom always told me you want to wash them, because the people that are working in the fields, they're probably peeing on them. You might be saying to yourself, what's your crazy mom say, Aaron? They're peeing on them? Think about it. The guys out there working in a field, miles and miles of peppers and vegetables, you think that they're stopping to go to the bathroom? Or you think they're just dropping trowel right there? Not going to eat that thing without washing it again, are you? With your vegetables here, give them all a medium dice. Wow. Over here in our pot, I've got a large soup pot or sauce pot, whatever you want to call it. It can hold at least 8 quarts. And I've put in 3/4 cup of oil. I'm going to slowly add 3/4 cup of flour. I'm going to make a roux. What I'm looking for is kind of a chocolate milk color. I do not want to burn it though. That is so important, or you got to start over. I've probably been stirring it for probably about 3 to 5 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is then I'm going to add my onions, and then in about 30 seconds I'm going to add my celery, and then in about another 30 seconds I'm going to add my peppers. Make sure you're giving the bottom a good scrape so that all those little sticky bits are getting in there and they're not burning. Time to add the spices. As you can see, I'm using very precise, exact measurements. All right. Finally, I also just tossed in a little bit of salt and pepper. I'll probably add more at the end. Now I'm going to add 2 quarts of water. It's cold water. More cold water. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Time to add our andouille sausage and our crab. We're going to bring this up to a boil and then let it simmer uncovered for 45 minutes. 45 minutes is a long wait on a Saturday afternoon. Serve rice with a gumbo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cup of rice. I'm going to boil it in 1/4 water with some bay leaves. And then I'm going to stick it in the oven at 375 for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. Now it's important with your rice, you want to wash it at least 3 times. So I'm going to drain this, I'm going to redo it. See how got this milky color? We're getting rid of the starch. It's going to give us a better rice. Got my okra chopped up, and that's ready to go into my pot. Still got my low simmer going. If you see pools of fat coming up in here, then I've already skimmed mine off. But if you see any, you can spoon that out. It'll give you a better color in the end, and it's more appetizing. Once you've got your okra chopped up and your gumbo's been going for 45 minutes, go ahead and add it in. You're going to want to keep this stirring minimal so that you don't break the okra up and you can keep their freaky, weird shape. Let those go for about 15 minutes. We're gonna prep our seafood. Got my oysters here. I set the oyster liqueur, the juice they come with, aside. Now you can put them straight in like this, but when someone gets a whole spoon of that, that's a little overwhelming. So I'm gonna chop these up. The other thing I've done is I've cleaned my shrimp, I've deveined them, and I've completely taken the shells off. Some recipes will keep the tails on. Why would you want to have to stop eating your soup to pull the tail off? That's silly. Take the tails off for your guests. Add your oysters with their juices. Add your shrimp. Bam. Bring it up to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer for 10 minutes and we're done. Chop up some green onions for garnish, and then in your serving bowl you want to mound some rice, and then we're going to pour the gumbo over it. Gumbo is just looking gorgeous. If you want a thicker gumbo, you can simmer it longer, and if you want a thinner, just add a little bit more water. Pour that in there. Oh my goodness. Top it off with your onion, and it's time to give it a taste. Let's get a proper bite here. A little okra, oysters, some rice, a little pepper. Let's get a little more broth. It's amazing.